What's up, Ragin Nation? How y'all doing? This is Alex, you watching the Ragin Nation show, Transformers 4 Edition. This is just a web series where we talk about all things that matter to me for the production of the 4th installment of the live-action Transformers film franchise directed by Michael Bay. This is update number 49, and let's talk about Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime, the toy, is in the news in the last 2 days because New York Comic Con is happening right now, and over at the Hasbro booth, they are revealing what Optimus Prime looks like in both his vehicle mode and his robot mode for Transformers Age of Extinction. And I just want to say a big thank you shout out to everybody who has been tweeting me photos and the news links to the New York Comic Con photos, all the private messages from YouTube, everybody who's been sending me Facebook messages. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all your contributions. And now, with regards to Optimus Prime in his robot mode, let me just say this. When Michael Bay said he was going to be redesigning the characters, including Optimus Prime, he meant just that, because this looks completely different. Let's just talk about the vehicle mode first. First of all, in the vehicle mode, I like the way the vehicle mode looks. The vehicle mode looks very, very solid. Lots more blue this time. That's something I wasn't really used to with regards to the vehicle mode. Now, I like the way it looked in the real life version of it, you know, the actual truck that they've been filming. In the toy, the blue really stands out, and I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because of the lighting, I don't know, or maybe the blue just feels really, really dark, but it's dark and it's shiny, and the blue just really stands out. I also really like the chrome bits. All the chrome parts just really stand out, and I like that. I always like shiny parts, and the chrome really adds to it, and I really like this alt mode more than I like the alt mode for the original version. Now let's talk about the robot mode, and this is where I have a lot to say, okay? First of all, look at the back kibble. Tons of back kibble. I mean, let's look at Striker Optimus Prime I have over here. He's got a lot of back kibble, but really it's just these parts right here. This is all a part of Optimus Prime, because like you have these exhaust pipes, right? But this is just a lot of back kibble. Now, but when I thought that was a lot of back kibble, but this is a lot of back kibble for the Age of Extinction version. I mean, like, it just stands out too much, and it kind of really makes me think that this is a shell former. And what a shell former is that the parts wrap around the robot, thus covering all the robot parts. So I have a feeling that it is a shell former, and I'll explain why later on. Now let's look at the head. Now the head, very minimal changes. You cannot change Optimus Prime's head or face that much, otherwise you're going to screw up the way he looks, because the way he looks is just fine. I mean, look at it. You know, it's Optimus Prime right there. You got the faceplate, you got the horns, you got the eyes, and there you have it. The shape is all the same. The only thing they did differently is they added that middle part, that gray part. It's a little more profound. I mean, it's more like established, right? It stands out more. The horns are taller now, so I think he has more of that samurai helmet look now that the horns are taller. Now let's take a look at the legs. The legs, they changed up the way the wheels are. The wheel covers are at the back and not in the front. The front ones are here, right, in Striker Optimus Prime, the leader class. But on this leader class Age of Extinction Optimus Prime, the wheel covers are on the back, thus revealing the wheels on the front. Now that, I think, looks a little odd. Okay, that looks odd to me. Now another thing I'd like to point out is the waist. The waist has these kind of skirt parts, which covers the midsection. The Striker Optimus Prime never had that, and I'm fine with that. So the Prime that is in the first trilogy, you know, I'm totally fine with that. The skirts on Age of Extinction, not too crazy about. Okay, now let's take a look at the shoulders. Okay, now in Leader Class Prime, the shoulders are very broad. I like the way it looks, very aggressive and muscular. Now the shoulders on Age of Extinction, they're kind of low. They're just really, really low. Gives it a very strange proportion. And I don't know why they went with that, but something tells me that it has to do with those shell parts that are on top of the shoulders, which just kind of drape over his arms, which looks really, really weird, okay? So that's something that I'm not too crazy about. Now, something that I do like is the pipes. I like the pipes in the back. The pipes in the back really give it a kind of it adds to that samurai effect because it looks like there's weapons coming out of his back, like kind of like cannons. So that's really cool. Another thing that I do like actually is the paint job on it. I love the metallic red, the silver, and the blue, especially on the chest. The detail is very pronounced. Like they really showed off the details, especially in the chest area. But speaking of the chest area, that's the part where I have to talk to you about. The chest is nothing like what Optimus Prime should be like. Optimus Prime has almost always has windshields, or at least some kind of like windshield looking chest. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a windshield, but it always has the two squares on his pecs, okay? Just like this. This is the windshield. It's a very classic look, okay? This, they completely got rid of that, and I'm not sure why. Michael Bay said he was going to redesign everything, but this new redesign just tells me that Michael Bay doesn't understand Transformers. I mean, he understands Transformers as a film and redesigning it and choreographing great action sequences, nice cars, big explosions, vehicular destruction, robot battle, all that. But I still don't think that he gets the essence of Transformers. And this is not the essence of what Optimus Prime should be like. Optimus Prime, fine, you got the head down, you got the colors, he's got some other parts look like him, but this chest, it doesn't work for me. It has good detail, really fine detail, okay? And the sculpting is nice on it. But the overall look, the aesthetic look doesn't work for me just because it doesn't have that muscular chest that the previous 3 films version of Optimus Prime has. So I can't say that I like the chest. Now, what's really interesting to me is that this is a leader class, okay? But the simplicity of it looks like a deluxe or a Voyager class. It looks like something that has fewer moving parts compared to the original version. I mean, the Revenge of the Fallen and Dark of the Moon version. It looks like it's going to be easier to transform, so meaning that I'm going to be able to transform it. I do like the paint job. I do like the detail and sculpting, but I'm really not liking the chest and how his arms are lower than the shoulder, and the fact that it's a shell former. So, look at the chest. It's one solid piece. Look at the chest on here. There's like so many different parts to it. And the chest piece is the dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. I knew that Optimus Prime was a shell former all along. Anyways, so the fact that it's just one piece means that it's a shell former. Now, this is just how I feel about the toy. Now, what it's gonna look like in the whole CG rendering, like official character design in the movie, what it's going to look like then, it could look totally different. It could actually look better proportion-wise because they could draw it however they want. But as a toy, I have to say that I have to look at the original CG render, and also I have to look at it in my hands, like when I'm holding the box, before I could decide on if I want this guy or not. This is a very unique looking design. It's never been seen before. I mean, it's not close to anything that I've ever seen before, and I have to commend Michael Bay for really like changing things up, like changing it completely. And when he said he's going to redesign these guys, like he did just that. Now, what's up with the weapons? He's got the sword. He's got this weird looking shield gun. It looks like a shield, but it's also a gun. Now, if that's what his gun looks like in the movie, I'm going to say that that's got to go. But as for the swords and hand-to-hand weapons, hand-to-hand bladed weapons are always cool. Now, could this sword be the Cybertronian sword that Mark Wahlberg was carrying? I know it's a smaller size, but we're talking about Transformers and Allspark and mass shifting. It could be a larger size version of the Mark Wahlberg sword. So who knows? Or maybe it's just a sword just for the toy. But all I know is that he's carrying a sword, and if he has that in the movie and he's using it like a double-handed sword, sweet. Anyways, so pluses are the head is cool. Great paint job. I like the exhaust pipes, and the chest has a lot of detail. But I don't like the fact that it's a shell former. I don't like the chest. It's just doesn't look like Optimus Prime, and the shoulders are just kind of weird, and too much kibble in the back, and the fact that, as I mentioned, it's a shell former. So it's kind of a toss-up. I'm 50-50 on this. I just gotta wait for the official reveal when they show off the official character design for the movie from ILM. And I also have to see it in person. Okay, this might not be final. This is just for the toy, but I love the vehicle mode. The vehicle mode looks better than the first trilogy vehicle mode. So there you have it. Love all the chrome parts. And there you have it. What are your thoughts on Optimus Prime's look for the toy? We're just talking about the toy. Let me know in the comments section below. Now let's talk about some collections. We got to do a collection shout out to Nathaniel. Thank you for showing me your collection. What we have here is your workstation. You got your computer over here, great looking shelf display, and you get Transformers everywhere. Like it's in your entire wall, and you got a little bit of everything. Street Fighter, Zoids. Is that Street Fighter? Yeah, that's Street Fighter, I think. Terminator, Voltron, Evangelion. So very cool stuff. Next we have something from Mr. Shadow's Z66. We got the Palisades Grimlock statue and the Palisades War Within Optimus Prime Cybertronian mode. These I think are resin or polystone statues. And then you have the Allspark Cube from the Universal The Ride Orlando Universal Studios Transformers The Ride 3D Allspark Cube, which is the same size as the one that Sam Witwicky held. So very, very cool. I like that, Transformers collections consist of not just Transformers. We got statues here and movie props. And finally, let's show off something from the Rio Crytex. And we got Stealth Bumblebee. And it looks like that some more guns are added. There's a lot of guns here. And it's got the MechTech weapon and looks really cool. So thank you very much for showing that to me. Anyways, as always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. My name is Alex Yu, and do let me know what your thoughts on Optimus Prime is for Age of Extinction. I'll see you next time. Peace. It's whether Decepticon drones or two, an actual Decepticon like Barricade, where he's kind of like a main Decepticon role.